morning, we unveiled Virginia as once again America's top state for business this year in our exclusive annual study. But if there are top states, there must also be bottom ones. And our Scott Cohen is still in Virginia to reveal those lovable losers. Scott?
Yeah, that's right. That's one of the byproducts of doing a study where we rank all 50 states. There are 50 scores, and these are our bottom 5 for 2021. At number 46 is Rhode Island. It is an improvement for the Ocean State, which has spent many years at the bottom. The state does relatively well on life, health, and inclusion with high COVID vaccination rates, but it is still expensive, and the infrastructure, well, it's Rhode Island. The infrastructure is poor. At number 47, West Virginia, poor for technology and innovation, business friendliness, access to capital, and a few more things there. Number 48 is Maine, with America's worst infrastructure, including the least reliable power grid and one of the least diverse workforces. Number 49 is Hawaii. It's still great for life, health, and inclusion, but you will pay for it with the nation's highest costs. And that brings us to the bottom. It's not all bad in our worst scoring state. The workforce is America's most productive in terms of output per job, and no state spends more per capita on public health. But that's partly because everything here is so expensive. The state was already struggling before the pandemic with huge budget shortfalls and a slowdown in its most important industries. That's made it harder to climb back. Add America's second worst infrastructure and fourth worst education system, and you get Alaska, the last frontier, finishing last for 2021. Part of the issue in Alaska is oil. It is the state's lifeblood. Prices have come back, but production has not come back enough with it, and that creates a lot of problems. You can find out more about how your state stacks up at topstates.cnbc.com. Look at our article about Alaska. We spoke with Andrew Cremata. He is the mayor of Skagway. It is a cruise ship port. He tells us they are in hardcore survival mode still there, even as the cruise ships come back. You can find out why, again, topstates.cnbc.com. Kelly?
You know, it's a good point, Scott, because I don't often think of Alaska as a big state for industry, but I do think of it as a state that attracts people who are attracted to its lifestyle. I mean, I watch YouTube videos from guys out there kind of building huts and sheds and kind of living that wilderness lifestyle, and they're there and they love it. And it's almost as if, you know, they might work jobs here and there, but that sort of big business aspiration is not really what they're even looking for.
Well, yeah, and you look at a place like Skagway, and we talk about this online. So normally, it's a town of about 1,000 people. They normally get like 1 million cruise ship passengers a year. This year, they're lucky if they'll get 100,000. And the people who live there, normally they do a lot of their errands 15 miles over the border in Canada. Well, the border is closed. Or they'll take a ferry to the next town over, Haines. The ferries have been hit by budget cuts. So there's just a lot going on there. And you multiply that times all of the communities in Alaska and 700,000 Alaskans, and it gives you a sense why the mayor says they are in hardcore survival mode.
That's a great reminder. Maybe we should all take that Alaska cruise once we can spend money up there again. Scott, thanks so much for all your great work today.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.